Miami, and he'll get a chance to match up against this big guy right here, his old friend Julian Gamble, who was also at the University of Miami. Julian Gamble, the 6'10 center for Nanterre. There you see Demetrius Treadwell, number 1. And this is a team that has a lot of balanced scoring. They're led by both Jeremy Senglin, don't know why I would say it in the French way, number 30, and then the Icelandic player, number 13, Hakurt Paulsen, comes in at 14 points per game. Then you might recognize a couple other faces from the old Champions League days, and Dominique Waters, who used to play Pinar Karšiaka, and of course Julian Gamble, who's at Bonn, as well as Vel. So those are the guys to look out for, and of course Adis Juskevicius, the shooter who has been on fire lately, comes in at 12 points per game on 46% shooting from 3. Juskevicius is one of the players to watch, has a chance to get the MVP of the week based on his performance against Limoges over the weekend. And this is a Nanterre team that is 6-2 in their last 8 games after just starting the season. Kind of a bit of a struggle, to be honest. But they have moved now overall to 10-7. Meanwhile, UNET Holon is no team to overlook by any means. You see there TJ Klein. This is a team that's currently in 2nd place in the Israeli league at 5-2, right behind Maccabi Tel Aviv at 5-1. Meanwhile, in the BCL, UNET Holon is again 4-2. So overall, 9-4 on the season. They are a loaded squad. They've got the inside and outside play, and we are expecting a phenomenal matchup here tonight. Meanwhile, the coach for Nanterre, none other than Pascal Donadieu, and the Frenchman who's been able to turn things around here. As we're going to get a player introductions in just a moment for Nanterre. All right, as the players shake hands in another display of sportsmanship, and you see a lot of familiar faces. Obviously, Julian Gamble there and Daquan Jones, again, the 2 Hurricanes. Getting a chance to square up here tonight. And then the referees for tonight's action: Georgios Prosedaninis from Greece, Taner Suslov from Estonia, and Valerio Grigioni from Italy.
The officials, les arbitres de cette rencontre, from Greece, Elas, Georgios Prosedaninis, from Estonia, Taner Suslov.
And the starting 5 for UNET Holon: Corey Walden, Khalif Wyatt, Amit Simon getting the start, over Daquan Jones, TJ Klein, and then Darius Atkins.
Pour ceux qui viennent la première fois à Nanterre, vous devez connaître la tradition, vous devez rester debout jusqu'au premier panier marqué par Nanterre 92, car ici c'est...
So we're moments away now from the opening tip. And again, we're excited about this one because it features two teams averaging more than 80 points per game. You see starting five for Nanterre 92, Jeremy Senglin, Adas Yuskevicius, Konate, Paulson, and Julian Gamble. So Dominic Waters will come off the bench. But these are two teams averaging, like I said, 80 plus points. Holon is close to 84. Meanwhile, Nanterre at 80.5. As you see Pascal Donadieu. And then this is a team that's been making more than 10 three-pointers per game. It's a pretty good stat. They launched them, they're high flyers, and Holon as well will knock down 10 plus three-pointers per game on average. So we expect somewhat of a shootout here tonight. Jeremy Senglin, who's really one of the go-to guys for the squad out of Weber State. Also played at MHP Ludwigsburg last season. So a lot of these guys getting basketball Champions League action with other teams. Yuskevicius was at Yektebilis, who's obviously in the BCL this season. Meanwhile, UNET Holon and Coach Shamir have already won 4 of their 6 BCL games this season, and that's already more games than they won all of their last campaign, where they went just with 3 wins. So really a different team here. Meanwhile, another stat to look out for: when Hugo Invernizzi comes off the bench, he's made 10 three-pointers, and he hasn't scored a single two-pointer here this season. So we'll see, make sure that we know what he likes to do. And while there's Corey Walden, the floor general for this team, plays over 33 minutes per game, which is why we are curious to see no Daquan Jones in the lineup. Daquan Jones, who comes in at almost 35 minutes per game, usually ever present on the court in that purple and gold jersey. Obviously the purple and gold uniforms inspired by the Los Angeles Lakers of the NBA. And it's definitely a great atmosphere here in the arena, and we are live and underway in Nanterre. Holon in purple, the home side Nanterre in white. It's Corey Walden. There's Simon, Khalif Wyatt, Atkins on the screen, and a nice feed inside and a quick 2 early on. Khalif Wyatt, his first assist, and Dorian Atkins with the easy 2. Meanwhile, Senglin on the other end, getting pressured, throws it away. Atkins to steal. No real numbers for Holon to go inside to Klein. And Atkins' little mid-range jumper can't hit. Senglin the rebound. Here's Yuskevicius. It's a screen from Gamble. Paulson inside to Gamble, poked away by Atkins. Shot clock at 5. Gamble, the lefty, has to go. Gets to the other side, tough shot. Good defense there from Atkins. And Walden the rebound. So strong international flavor on this team. 4 Americans currently on the court. Meanwhile, Wyatt hesitated the first time and buries the 3 in the corner. Khalif Wyatt, who is by all accounts a scorer and a playmaker, the Temple guard, creates a 5-0 lead. Meanwhile, they're going to call a foul against Anit Simon. Simon, who looking to get around that screen. Meanwhile, here's Sanglin. Paulson gets it inside to Gamble. Middle of the key, will turn over that right shoulder. Takes a little bump. Again, no foul called. And Gamble starts the game over 2. Meanwhile, Walden, good defense there from Paulson. Mismatch inside, Klein. Great help defense. Simon on the other end launches the 3, no good. Paulson the board. Paulson, oh, another near turnover. Konate ends up with it. He can't hit it. Holon decides to slow it down. Khalif Wyatt, as Walden fixes the dreads. Here's Wyatt again. Shot clock all the way down, and once again the Wyatt-Atkins connection pays off for another easy 2. And Holon with a phenomenal start here, 7-0 run to start things off. Yuskevicius, that's too much room, knocks down the first 3-pointer for him. And that's got to be on the scouting report. You cannot let him get an open look at the basket because he will knock it down. Nanterre coming off a big win last week against Venezia. There's a turnover there, miscommunication. And Nanterre winning 99-87 on the road. Venezia, who's one of the top teams at the beginning of the season. You see Yuskevicius with Atkins not stepping up there. Yuskevicius again, Simon guarding him. This is a good matchup too, Sanglin and Walden. Sanglin gets inside, takes a bump and scoops it off the glass. And Nanterre right back into the game. Meanwhile, Walden pushing the tempo, can't finish in transition. Back the other way. Sanglin wide open, swishes the 3-pointer, and Nanterre has their first lead of the night. Jeremy Sanglin on the board now. 5 points. Came in 15 points per game. Meanwhile, Atkins, oh, the nice find. Simon was out of bounds on the sideline. Lack of spatial awareness leads to another turnover. And Holon, after getting that 7-0 start, a couple of turnovers on back-to-back possessions. You see that left foot on the sideline. Meanwhile, Sanglin showing you the inside and then outside play. Here's Konate. Yuskevicius. Paulson wide open on the wing. Yuskevicius inside. And Treadwell able to finish through traffic. Demetrius Treadwell, who's just checked in. Undersized big. Well, undersized in terms of height, but came in for Julian Gamble. And on his first touch, gets a basket. Meanwhile, Holon looking to answer. Been a 10-0 run here from Nanterre. Atkins, a little runner, tough shot. Follows it, puts it back up again, and it's short. Treadwell the rebound. So big tree Treadwell making an impact on both sides of the floor since checking in. Here he is setting a screen for Sanglin. Looking to drive as Treadwell. Oh, nice block. Dorian Atkins. And Darren Atkins has been active as well on both ends. Here, another turnover. Corey Walden just a little bit off target with the delivery. And we're going to have a couple of substitutions. We see here again the block from Atkins, able to bump Treadwell off balance. Meanwhile, Guy Panini, number 10, checking in for UNET Holon. Panini averages about 10 points per game, also 4+ assists for the 35-year-old vet. And Atkins will also get his first rest. Meanwhile, it wouldn't surprise me if Daquan Jones also Hugo Invernizzi, the red shoes in the game, or those pink. Here's Treadwell. Good footwork. Tough shot. That's Sean Jones. Sean Jones, number 21, also just checked in. So both coaches going to their bench early. Klein. Back to Panini. Catch and shoot three. Too strong. Yuskevicius the rebound. Oh, the backdoor cut. Konate. Good ball movement. Invernizzi for three. It's good. And that's going to lead to a timeout. We've told you, Invernizzi, when he's in the game, all he wants to do is spot up for three. Konate recognizes the space. Perfect rhythm. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Invernizzi, who's shooting 40% from three. And 13-7 here early on. We have our first timeout. See the numbers already from Nanterre, 3 of 4 from three. We knew that they like to put them up and been able to knock them down thus far. Meanwhile, Holon cooling off a little bit after an early start.
Focus on the pick and rolls. Come on, you got to be there in position. Go over the screens, impact the ball. The first two ones were good. Okay, impact the ball. Last man in. Rotate between
The rebounding numbers. Wyatt now will run the show. Here's Klein. Gets it back from Wyatt. Going right at Konate. Takes a little bump, and he'll head to the free throw line.
Personal foul. Faute personnelle du numéro 5, number 5. Laurent Banaté, his first, sa première faute. La faute sur le tir, au lancer, TJ Klein, on the line for 2 shots.
Klein unable to hit the first free throw. He goes 1 for 2, sorry. So finally, that puts an end to the 13-0 run that Nanterre had in response to Holon's initial 7-0 run. Here's Invernizzi. Spins off Wyatt, can't hit it. Meanwhile, Wyatt inside the Klein has a mismatch on Senglin. Double team comes. Some good ball movement. Simon wide open for three, and he knocks it down. Good ball movement that time from the Israeli side. And Simon with his first points. Meanwhile, Yuskevicius, the ball deflected. A chance here to run for Holon. Wyatt hits the trailer. They decide to pull it back out, reset the possession. Wyatt asking for the screen. Finds a room, knocks down another three-pointer as Holon regains the lead. Khalif Wyatt, who's never moves too fast, but definitely knows how to put the ball in the basket. Meanwhile, you see there Sean Jones knocking over Yuskevicius, who now kicks it out to Konate, and he hits the corner three. So both teams just exchanging three-point baskets here lately. Last 4 field goals have all been threes. Wyatt can't hit it this time. Meanwhile, Konate pushing the tempo, got in trouble, threw it away. Another steal for Holon. Panini, extra pass to Klein. He hits another three-pointer. And really, we've had a number of lead changes already here in the first half. There's Sanglin. Oh, the nice pass to Treadwell. No help side defense. Sanglin creating the angle. Here's Wyatt. Oh, the nice pass in the other corner. Klein can't hit it from the left corner after knocking down the right corner three. Meanwhile, Konate tried to run, turned it over. Simon, he hits another wing three from the same spot as earlier. And what a start we've had here already with 6 lead changes. Make that 7 now. Oh, Sanglin, a nice step back move, but you can't finish the mid-range shot. Konate hustles for the rebound, crosses over, and draws a foul. He'll get 2 free throws, despite not having the angle.
Number 6, TJ Klein, his first, sa première faute. Substitution both teams. Changement pour les deux équipes. La faute passe sur le tir. Au lancer, là-haut, Konate on the line for 2 shots.
Konate unable to hit the first free throw, as Holon already 5 of 8 from 3. Meanwhile, they've only had 2 two-pointers. And on the other end, Nanterre 4 of 5 from long range. So Konate would come out of the game. And Corentin Carne, number 22, checks in for Nanterre. Corey Walden also back in. Walden, a little pick and pop with Panini. No foul called. A lot of contact it seemed, but as the buzzer expires at the end of the first quarter, Holon the 20-19 lead over Nanterre 92. So you see the numbers already. Both teams struggling from 2, yet not struggling at all from beyond the arc. Combined 9 three-pointers in that first quarter. As we take a look at some of the highlights, you're going to see a lot of long-range bombs. So Nanterre put up 19 points and 7 of 14 shooting also 9 rebounds. Meanwhile, Holon 20 points and 7 of 16. Of course, 5 of 8 from 3. They've been out-rebounded just by 2. Khalif Wyatt and Amit Simon with 6 points apiece. And then Atkins and Kleins with 4 points apiece. Just 4 players have scored so far for Holon. Meanwhile, for Nanterre, led by Senglin with 5. A couple guys with 4 and a couple other guys with 3. Of course, very, very early on here. Meanwhile, Pauk getting off to a strong start over in the other Group B matchup, currently taking place at the Santiago Martin Arena in Tenerife. Pauk up 19-9 in that first quarter. So we're about ready for the second quarter action now. Dominique Waters has checked into the game for Nanterre, number 11. Waters, the backup point guard. It's him with the ball here. Also averaging 10 points per game. And an instant offensive foul called on Treadwell, trying to create space with a screen. So big tree Treadwell commits the offensive. Meanwhile, into the game, Shlomo Harush, number 12 here with the ball for Holon. So it really does seem like no Dominique Jones in the lineup tonight. Or sorry, no Daquan Jones in the lineup for Holon. But there's Sean Jones, the other big Jones. You see there Daquan, who will probably be sitting this one out. And they're gonna miss his 15 points per game and 50% shooting as well. And meanwhile, Sean Jones off another nice pass from Khalif Wyatt. Meanwhile, Carlin in the corner, he can't hit the easy open 3. And the hustle, Invernizzi falls to the ground, but not before picking up a foul. Another look here, Invernizzi hustling and then just kind of mix up their legs. And that fall's gonna go on Shlomo Harush. Oh no, it's on Panini, sorry. Waters look to get it back to the inbounder, Carlin. Ball's deflected out of bounds. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Waters, catch and shoot. No good, but Paulson there for the putback. Oh, nice block from Panini. And the possession will remain with Nanterre. See there, Panini timing it right from the back to get the block shot. Invernizzi to Paulson, he can't make the catch. And Harush the steal. Also in the game, Jean-Marc Pensa, number 27 there, the big man off the bench. Oh, the good switch by Callan keeps Walden on the sideline. Oh, nice cut from Panini, and he lays it up and in off the glass. A great find there from Walden. Here's Waters. And a missed layup by Pansa. Blows the easy 2. Meanwhile, Wyatt draws a foul on the 3-pointer, and 3 free throws to come for him. So timeout on the floor as Pansa can quite finish. Meanwhile, the 3 here, Cal put the hand on the lower back. Wyatt sells it phenomenally. On the other end, you see here Pansa just thought about dunking the last second, changed it to a layup, and blows it.
Ok, on change. Coco, changement. Jean-Marc, changement. Hugo, changement. Arrêtez de faire des conneries. Là où tu rentres.
See the assist numbers. So Wyatt will have 3 free throws.
Pour le numéro 1, number 1, Calif Wyatt, on the line for 3 shots.
Wyatt missing that first free throw. Able to connect on the second. Meanwhile, chance to get his 8th point here. And does just that. He'll also come out of the game, the former Temple guard. As Simon checks back in. So 26-19 now. Nanterre still scoreless here in the second quarter. And you saw Coach Dondieu, who made some substitutions in that last timeout. Mentioned that his players were playing like kids and took Carne, Panza, and Invernizzi out. Meanwhile, Walden picks up the first foul here on the reach. Again, looking to fight through that screen. It's a tough call for the defender, as not sure what Walden's supposed to do in that situation. Here's Waters. And he draws another foul, this time on Sean Jones. He's trying to keep up with the guard on the perimeter. And Holon, you see they're using the hands, which knocks Waters down. So 3 team fouls now for Holon already. In less than 3 minutes of action in the second quarter. 2 more fouls, of course. They'll be in a penalty. Nearly come up with it there. The lob, Treadwell. The extra pass, Paulson. Did he get it off in time? It looks like it. Here's Treadwell. Misses another layup. And Nanterre leaving a number of points on the board through missed bunnies. Meanwhile, Panini. Simone's been lethal from that wing spot. Here's Sean Jones, kicks it back out. Shot clock down at 5. Panini has to put it up. Oh, big shot from Guy Panini. Puts the 3s up. Paulson was draped all over him, didn't matter. And it's now a 10-point lead for Holon, largest of the game. Oh, Waters, nice jab step. Gets all the way to the cup, and it's another blown layup. Meanwhile, Walden, nice behind the back dribble to elude the defense. And Holon decides to pull it back out, reset. Holon's been very efficient offensively these last few games. And a foul on Waters. Meanwhile, we expect to see Sanglin check back in. There's Gamble already. As you see there, Waters kind of using that left elbow to shift Jones off balance. Marouche looking to get it in, finds Panini. The backdoor cut, nice feed. Oh, Gamble swats it away. Great recovery defensively from the big man. He runs the floor, but loses it. Simon able to gather it, and Holon comes back the other way. Here's Walden. Panini looking to get the ball inside. Simon now. Again, shot clock winding down. Deflection and steal. Juskevicius over to Konate. Find the trailer, extra pass. Good defensive transition here for Holon to get back into the play. And it's a turnover, unforced. So Nanterre struggling here in the second quarter, still scoreless. 9-0 run for Holon. We're gonna have a timeout on the floor. 8 turnovers now for Nanterre.
TJ in for Pliny. Okay, take a blow. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Okay, good.
As you see, 6 steals already for Holon. Very active hands defensively, causing all kinds of trouble.
Okay, throw it to TJ or Sean. No matter, and Shlomi and Simon off the pin downs. Okay, if it's the 5-man side, back to Corey. Okay, now let's slip with Corey. Corey is getting pain. Let's slip so you'll be ahead and you'll have that. Okay. Let's be spaced like that.
So Nanterre Holon coming off a big win against Galil Gilboa, 112-106 in the Israeli Winter League to move to 5-2. And looking to continue that success here tonight. Here's Walden. Oh, nice anticipation, but Sean Jones the hustle, and a 2-handed tomahawk flush. So Nanterre nearly getting the steal, but somehow give up a dunk. And Jones now with 4 points. Meanwhile, another whistle here. As you see, another look at this Sean Jones dunk. Simon with a nice bounce pass. Jones with the authoritative dunk with 2 hands. So Nanterre still looking for their first basket, and they finally get it. Juskevicius, his second field goal. And that stops the run. It's 11-0. Here's Wyatt back into the game. Simon, another 3. Misses it this time, and Sean Jones just taps the ball out of bounds. So 31-21, just past the halfway point of the second quarter. Holon doing a good job here on the road, limiting Nanterre to some tough shooting. It's 36% for Nanterre. And then another whistle. Sean Jones picking up yet another foul on the perimeter, so he struggled to stay in front of these guards. You see they're trying to hedge, and again, using that arm. So he'll come out, second foul for him. Then, of course, Holon now in the penalty. So 2 free throws for Juskevicius. Swishes the first, as you'd expect. And swishes the second as well. Juskevicius, a 91% free throw shooter coming into tonight. So you really wouldn't expect anything less. Meanwhile, Konate now on Wyatt. Oh, the tough pass. Good save from Klein. Meanwhile, 5 on the shot clock. Wyatt's got to create. way out there. Long three. Hits the rim. And hustling for the rebound. Paulson able to get to Senglin. There's Yuskevicius, screen from Gamble. Konate steps back for three. Too strong. But Harouche can't capture the rebound. And the possession will remain with Nanterre. Down 8. There's Senglin, who's been quiet since his first 5 points. The ball's deflected out of bounds by Atkins, who's also back into the game. Again, the high pick and roll. Senglin crosses over into a three and knocks it down. Second three-pointer of the night for Jeremy Senglin, and they really need him to stay aggressive. He's been their best player all season. He's been their best player tonight. Meanwhile, Wyatt. Here's Simon. And a nice deflection from Paulson, who comes back into the play. So he deflected it and then stole it. Yuskevicius inside to Gamble. And they pick up another foul. So free throws to come here for Julian Gamble. So Harouche will come out. Panini back in. First free throw, no good for Gamble, who does tend to struggle from the free throw line. But it's going to be interesting. Holon just going 8 deep here tonight. Meanwhile, 10 players playing for Nanterre. And he goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. So will fatigue become a factor with no Daquan Jones in the lineup? Here's Klein. Nice feed to Atkins. A little flip shot is up and good. Great ball movement and interior passing between Klein and Atkins. Yuskevicius kicks it out. Senglin, catch and shoot. In and out that time. Tipped out by Gamble. Paulson, he'll take a three. He can't hit it. Panini the rebound. So Paulson has been very quiet. Still scoreless. Came in averaging 14 a game. Panini able to save it before it goes out of bounds. Here's Klein looking to go right at Paulson. Lowers his shoulder. Spins away, nice jump hook, and that's going to lead to a timeout. Holon with a 9-point lead now. You see Klein going right at Paulson. Klein 6'9", you forget that sometimes. And Nanterre will talk things over. So far, just 9 of 26 from the field, including 4 of 15 from 2. Let's listen in.
Ne switchez pas. No switch. No switch. Okay. Après, ils font post-up ici. No switch. Okay. Après, ils font post-up ici.
Just under and also under.
Okay. On joue 5. On 5 up. Okay. On met de l'agressivité sur 5 up.
Aggressiveness on the 5-up.
D'accord, hein?
Rest full. Hey, it's a bonus.
Si c'est pas possible, on joue sur la continuité avec le pick and roll. Okay.
So you see them, they're going to make a couple of defensive adjustments on the switches as they were getting exploited in the post-ups. Meanwhile, the numbers, both teams shooting pretty well from 3 and a little bit less adept on the 2s. So Senglin brings the ball back up the floor. There's Treadwell, skips it over to Senglin again. They go inside to Gamble, looking to play through him. Oh, nice double team by Wyatt. Able to get another steal. And they've been so active with their hands defensively. Meanwhile, Wyatt, a tough runner, banks it off the glass. He can score in so many ways. Khalif Wyatt goes coast to coast for his 10th point. Now has 2 steals, 7 steals overall for Holon. Senglin, little step back 2-pointer. Again short. And they're going to call a foul on Atkins trying to box out Julian Gamble. Darren Atkins picking up his 2nd personal. You see there the 2 players getting tangled up. That is a tough call, to say the least.
UNET Holon est dans la pénalité. UNET Holon penalty. Lancé. Julian Gamble on the line for 2 shots.
So Gamble again missing the first. And he goes 1 of 2 on this trip. So Julian Gamble, who came into the game just 58% free throw shooter, currently 1 of 4. Here's Wyatt again. It's Klein inside to Atkins. Faces up. Too strong on the mid-range shot. The ball ends up with Treadwell. Under a minute to go here in the 2nd quarter. Oh, the rip through by Treadwell. Nice pass to Konate. Passes on the 3. Yuskevicius. Tough one. Treadwell, good hustle. And the possession, thanks to Treadwell, will stay here with Nanterre. 2.5 seconds on the shot clock, so they'll have to get something off in a hurry. Currently out of timeouts. Oh, they find Yuskevicius. Doesn't need much room. And the buzzer expires. So shot clock violation. And now the shot clock will be turned off for Holon's, what could be their final possession. Really good defense here in the quarter for Holon, limiting Nanterre to just 8 points. Meanwhile, Shlomo Harush checks back in for Klein for this final possession. The ball will play through Wyatt. Gets a screen from Atkins. And open in the corner, Harush knocks down the tray. Big shot for him. And as the buzzer sounds, Holon goes into the halftime break with a 40-27 lead on the road over Nanterre 92. A great half on both ends of the floor, especially with no Daquan Jones in the lineup. So at the half, it's UNET Holon 40, Nanterre 92-27. Take a look at the stats. Nanterre just 4 of 16 from 2, 25%, which is a crazy number when you think about it. They are out rebounding Holon. But Holon with 11 assists and, of course, 7 steals, really making a difference here. Meanwhile, those 10 turnovers are costly. Both teams have taken 28 shots, but Holon has knocked down 6 more. You see there Wyatt with 10 points to lead the way for all scorers, Senglin with 8 points. And the other miscellaneous stats. Also, Nanterre just 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Meanwhile, Holon 3 of 5. So we'll leave you with some highlights of that first half. Make sure you don't stray too far from your screens, as the second half will be ready to go shortly. This has been another strong start, at least, a performance by Holon. Meanwhile, in Group B, other big game, Tenerife and PAOK. as we take a look at the highlights, Tenerife regains the lead 33-30 right before the half there. So we expected a close one there. Expected a close one here as well. Nanterre currently 3-3, just at 500. Of course, Holon performed a little bit better, 4-2 coming into this one, looking for their 5th victory of the BCL season. Game day 7, of course. But you see a lot of players filling in for Daquan Jones's absence. We'll try to get a word on the extent of his injury. So we'll see if Nanterre can get more looks for Jeremy Sanglin. So at the half, Nanterre's biggest lead was 6. Holon with a 13-point lead. Their biggest is their halftime lead. And those initial 6 lead changes in the first quarter seem to be a thing of the slight past, although plenty of time for Nanterre to get back into this one. Another interesting stat, Holon, no second chance points. Meanwhile, Nanterre with 5. Also, Holon, 16-6 advantage points in the paint and a 12-7 advantage points from the bench. And more importantly, the stat of the game so far, 20 points off turnovers to just 4 for Nanterre in favor of Holon. So, once again, their defense has been instrumental in building this lead. Plays like this, where the hustle has led to uncontested dunks. They've got a number of fast break opportunities or even semi-transition off of stops, steals, and long rebounds. For Nanterre, their 9 offensive rebounds haven't really contributed any kind of difference. They've just missed more shots and created more rebounding opportunities for themselves. Of course, they were held scoreless in the first 5 minutes of that second quarter into that Yuskevicius basket. So make sure you stay tuned in for the second half action. We'll be back here shortly.
Évidemment, les Jets, mais quand même là-haut. This is Léon. This is. J'allais dire this is chez moi, mais bon. Ça recrute la mafia Copper et chez les Bunkers. Un peu de voix là, un petit peu. On a besoin de tout le monde ce soir. Car l'équipe israélienne nous mène de 13 points. On ne lâchera rien ce soir. C'est un match bascule. On a besoin de remonter au classement. Et j'ai besoin de vous, mesdames et messieurs. Est-ce que je peux compter sur vous? Plus que ça, est-ce que je peux compter sur vous? Merci beaucoup. Alors vous avez bien compris que les jeunes des Léonard de Vinci avaient un petit cri de guerre, à savoir this is. On va changer un petit peu le cri, ça ne me dérange pas ce soir, exceptionnellement. This is Nanterre. This is. Merci. Voilà, ça s'appelle l'adaptation. Nanterre 92, Nanterre 92, 27, 27, UNET Holon 40, UNET Holon 40. 20 minutes à jouer, 20 minutes pour tout donner, 20 minutes to play, 20 minutes to come back. Est-ce que je peux compter sur vous? Car ici c'est... Ici c'est...
Okay, it's your game now.
Okay, let's go. Together. Let's go. Nanterre.
Allez. DJ Julian, everybody. Okay, Diego, throw it to DJ.
All right, so we're just about ready for the second half action. You see a couple of adjustments made as Dominic Waters and Hugo Invernizzi inserted into the starting lineup here for Nanterre. Waters been very quiet so far.
UNET Holon, concentration.
So the starting five for Holon: TJ Klein, Corey Walden, Khalif Wyatt, Darian Atkins, and Amit Simon. Meanwhile for Nanterre, Senglin, Konate, Waters, Invernizzi, and Gamble. So Paulson's on the bench, and Yuskevicius as well. Meanwhile, a foul as Klein was posting up. Waters obviously mismatched there defensively. 0 for 2 so far, Waters, 2 fouls, very quiet. Meanwhile, Walden finding Atkins. Gets it back from the top of the key, 10 on the shot clock. A nice find, Wyatt corner, 3, bottom of the net. Khalif Wyatt starts the second half just as he started the first with a corner 3-pointer for the first field goal. He's now got 13 points, third 3 of the night for him. Of course, Wyatt comes in at 21.5 points per game. Meanwhile, Invernizzi able to respond with a 3 of his own. And that's exactly what he's on the floor to do. Knock down open threes. Quick release for him. Second 3-pointer of the night, 12th 3-pointer in the season. And he still has yet to hit a 2-point shot. Meanwhile, Wyatt gets a switch. Inside to Atkins. Looking to go in Invernizzi, spins around, nothing doing, fadeaway shot, good defense. And it's a strong stop there for Nanterre. Oh, the big screen from Gamble creates room for Waters. Konate, awkward looking shot, no good. Darren Atkins, another rebound. Here comes Corey Walden. He's been quiet as well, no points, just 1 assist. And inside Atkins, wide open, sips it back in after missing the initial layup. And the lead back up to 13. 15, sorry. Meanwhile, Konate really needs to get things going offensively. And we have a whistle off the ball. Invernizzi. 3-pointer doesn't count. Simone picks up his second foul. Trying to battle with Gamble there inside. Off of the switch. Here's Senglin. Oh, good hedge there from Atkins. Konate gets all the way to the basket. Great patience and ball handling to weave his way around the defense. 45-32 now. Here's Wyatt. Finds Walden in the corner, spot up. 3-pointer, no good, and Invernizzi the board. And oh, just the horrible unforced turnover. Konate off target with a pass to Invernizzi. And that's gonna lead to just another turnover, of course. You see, try to pass off the dribble, it's behind his teammate. You can't just have those sloppy turnovers when you're down double digits trying to climb your way back into the game. And a foul as Waters and Invernizzi were double teaming Walden. You see a tough call there. Limited contact, but the second team foul on Nanterre, third foul on Waters. And Wyatt, oh, the nice hesitation, and then the dump off to Atkins for two. Khalif Wyatt always plays at his pace. 4 assists for him now. Atkins gets his, I believe his 10th point. So double digits for him as well. Meanwhile, Sanglin can't hit the three. Rebound ends up in the hands of Walden. Simone back out to Wyatt, who always under control. They go to Klein, who tries to skip it over. Good read there from Gamble to intercept it. Sanglin transition. You tell the fans want him to be aggressive. Here he is again. And Invernizzi, no good for 2. Sanglin so far just 3 of 7 from the field. Here's Klein now. Back on the block. Takes the bump from Invernizzi, bumps back. The left-handed hook, running hook, no good. And up and down we go. Waters catch and shoot. Finally knocks down his first field goal, and it's a big one. Nanterre now with 2 threes in the quarter. And Konate deflection. Klein skips it over. Wyatt, too much room. High arcing 3. Buckets for Khalif Wyatt. 4th three-pointer, 16 points. Seems like everything he throws up goes down. Meanwhile, Sanglin gets into the lane, leaves his feet. Fortunate to find Invernizzi. Sanglin gets it back. Invernizzi for 3. Able to answer. Big shot there from Hugo Invernizzi. He's now got 9. Yeah, and a lethal 3-point shooter. Meanwhile, Wyatt. Oh, what a pass to Atkins, who gets fouled and will head to the free throw line. The left-handed pass off the dribble from Wyatt that time. Taking a look at that other corner 3. Konate pretty close. Not much rotation on the shot. Meanwhile, Invernizzi, traditional spot-up shooter. As Waters now with 4 fouls, has no choice but to head to the bench. Atkins hits the first free throw. Khalif Wyatt, who had 35 points against Venezia in overtime, had 8 threes that game. Got 4 here tonight. Konate draws a foul on Wyatt, and he'll get 2 shots. See there the bump. Wyatt, though, stays with the play to make sure there's no and one. So Hansa back in. And Konate missing another free throw. Oh for 2 for him. Atkins comes away with the board and saves it to Walden. And Walden posting up Klein. Help side comes and they leave Atkins open. Simone, the wing. Of course he hits it. He knocked 2 down from that right wing in the first half. knocks another one here from the right wing in the second. And that is now the 11th three already for Holon, 11 of 17. Rebound Klein. Here he is again on the block against Invernizzi. Able to back down, spins, tough shot. Rebound, Pansa. Oh, nice crossover from Senglin. Konate, corner three. It rattles in for him. And every time he feels like Nanterre seeing the game slipping away, they knock down another big three. That's now their 9th compared to 10 for Holon. Both teams shooting very well from three, just unable to knock down any twos for Nanterre. Wyatt, the lob, Atkins the finish. That connection has been clicking all night long. Another sweet delivery from Khalif Wyatt. Atkins with the, not just the athleticism, but the agility to be able to catch, turn, and finish in the air. It's now 6 assists for Khalif Wyatt, and that's just an incredible number considering you know how much of a scorer he is.
Avec l'extérieur, là, ça s'est passé avec Laou et Hugo. On ne switche plus. À chaque fois, ils jouent le post-up. Sur les pick and roll, on vous demande un maximum d'agressivité, pas de reculer. Ok? Jérémy, il faut annoncer en attaque. Il faut annoncer. D'accord? On turn, thumb up, two up, 0. Ok? Annoncez à chaque fois. Ok? Go.
So Khalif Wyatt still the leading scorer at 21.5 points per game. Also the only guy, as you see the assist numbers, the only player to average more than 20. Norris Cole currently in second, 18.5 points per game. You see there Wyatt showing you he's much more than just a scorer. And tonight, very much more the same. He's got 16 points, 6 assists. Here's Senglin. Walden all over him. Too close, actually.
Number 2,
So you see Walden crowding his chest. Second personal foul, third team foul. And Pansa airballs the hook shot. Meanwhile, Sean Jones back in the game, Guy Panini as well. And nice give and go. Walden and one. Takes the contact, able to finish for his first basket. You see the beautiful pass, Guy Panini, no look. Threw off the entire defense. Simple give and go action. And it leads to the 2, possibly 3-point play. Meanwhile, Paulson back in the game as well for Nanterre. He's still scoreless. And Yuskevicius in the backcourt alongside Senglin as Walden completes the 3-point play the old-fashioned way. Just the 8th free throw for Holon. Meanwhile, Nanterre just 4 of 10 from the foul line. And they're now down 19 as Senglin takes a hard fall. Sean Jones seemed to have tripped him up. As you see there, once again, just late on that closeout. All 3 fouls from Jones have been on the same type of play.
Substitution, UNET Holon, Ça fait le Dave White, out, remplacé par John Walsh, in.
And Paulson finally knocks down the three. Harouche over to Walden, shot clock under 5. Harouche, the long three, short, and the ball sails out of bounds back over to Nanterre. So 60-44. There's Senglin looking to get by Walden, and he'll head to the foul line. Yep, Walden chesting him up, trying to be a little bit physical with the young guard. Meanwhile, Senglin will head to the foul line. Two-time first-team All-Big Sky Conference player. Also the all-time leading scorer in Weber State Wildcat history. Of course, Damian Lillard was there right before him. So Senglin 0 for 2 from the line, very surprising. Here's Simone, the pass to Jones, blocked by Pansa. Good defense that time from the big man. He runs the floor, but then Panini intercepts the pass from Paulson. And Wyatt, oh, a little fancy behind the back dribble. And then the scoop off the glass. Khalif Wyatt. Once again, Philly in the building. What a play by Khalif Wyatt. Meanwhile, Senglin, will step back three, too strong. Sean Jones rips the ball away. There comes Wyatt again. Crosses over. Long three, short. And Yuskevicius, the long heave, no good. So at the end of 3, Holon extends the lead. It's now 62-44 after they get a +5 advantage in that quarter. Taking a look here, Wyatt behind the back to freeze the defense, a little hezzy on Khan, and then he just lays it off the glass. Too easy for him. And again, the stats very telling. 5 and 19 from 2 for Nanterre. Meanwhile, they're shooting almost twice as good from 3. Both teams knocking down 10 3-pointers. Also struggling from the free throw line is Nanterre. Couple highlights from that third quarter. So Khalif Wyatt, who once again in that third quarter was a difference maker, now with 18 points on 6 of 9 shooting to go with 6 assists and 2 steals. Meanwhile, Darian Atkins, 14 points, the only other player in double figures for a very balanced Holon team. Meanwhile, the problem for Nanterre, no players in double digits at the moment. just Invernizzi and Konate with 9 points apiece. Meanwhile, Senglin, can he get it going? Knocks down a corner three. And he's now in double figures, 11. Senglin, they need a lot from him here in the fourth quarter. Down 15 now. And a nice steal. And they're going to call a foul against Nanterre. Holon, fortunate that time. It's Corentin Carne. Seems to get tangled up with Sean Jones. Foul could have been called on Jones, to be honest, though he did have possession a little bit more initially. And a turnover, so all ends well. Meanwhile, Wyatt gets called for the foul in the backcourt. See Senglin gets the steal, takes that first bump, no foul called. So the referees feel obligated to call the second one. And they're going to check whether it's an unsportsmanlike foul on Khalif Wyatt. And that's really, really a tough one. And they are calling it unsportsmanlike. Khalif Wyatt beside himself, can't really believe it. That is probably the most minimal contact you will see. Wyatt was pretty much trying to get out of the way, but 2 free throws and possession for Nanterre. And Senglin missing another free throw. Can you believe it? Meanwhile, the second foul against Khalif Wyatt. Senglin, who finally makes one, came into this game as an 83% free throw shooter, but today just 1 of 4. So 14-point deficit, still plenty of time to go here. Oh, the crossover of Senglin. Down, draws a foul, throws it up. So 2 more free throws, and the momentum slowly starting to build here for Nanterre. And down gets his first point of the night from the foul line. Able to convert on both. So the 22-year-old, 6'5" shooting guard, building a little lift up here. Meanwhile, the defensive intensity is also picked up for Nanterre, as Klein gets into the lane. Shlomo Harouche, no good. It's another stop for Nanterre. They have a chance now to get it to 10 or even single digits. Here's Pensa, a little in and out. He lays it off the glass. And that's going to lead to a timeout, as Dan Shamir can sense that the momentum really picking up. Pensa picking a good time to get his first field goal. Goes right at Panini, and able to finish nicely off the glass. 10-point game now.
Let's go 3.
8-0 run to start this fourth quarter after being down 18. So great response by Nanterre so far.
In the screen, Panini in the back screen. Okay.
You see they've already matched their output in the second quarter.
We need to be a little bit more aggressive now, because they stepped it up a little bit. Okay, and they're pushing us a little bit too much. So every screen.
Nanterre still just 6 of 20 from 2, but doing some damage from beyond the arc and the foul line a little bit more now. as these young fans have provided tremendous energy here in the Palais des Sports. Maurice Torres. So Holon will inbound it, facing the pressure here in the backcourt. It's Walden. Senglin matched up with him. And it's a turnover, too close to the sidelines. And a foul off the ball against Guy Panini, holding on to Carm. Meanwhile, Yuskevicius. Here's Paulson. Jones all over him. Senglin has to put it up. Good defense from Walden. Oh, the block by Klein. Tremendous team defense that time. First, Walden forcing him to take off a little bit more time on the shot clock. And then Klein helping out and getting the block. TJ Klein now with a block, a steal, 2 assists, and 3 rebounds to go with his 6 points. Here's Wyatt. Holon has been very quiet in the fourth quarter so far. Scoreless in the first 2-minute plus. Walden, he gets a foul. He draws the contact from Paulson. You see there, that right leg impeding the drive. Good defense there from Yuskevicius. They go inside of Sean Jones. Has to act quickly. Tough little fadeaway, no good. Oh, it bounces around the rim. And now another chance for Nanterre to cut into this deficit. Here's Pansa, kicks it out. Senglin couldn't catch it cleanly. Yuskevicius finds Paulson for 3, knocks it down. It's a 7-point game here in the Paris outskirts. Nanterre starting to really feel it, 11-0 run. And there's a lot of contact there off the ball. Yuskevicius and Klein, as you see Yuskevicius saying he was elbowed. So 62-55, what was once an 18-point game has been reduced to 7 in a matter of moments. Oh, nice feed, and Atkins lays it up and in again. He's always in the right place at the right time, it seems. So Atkins now with 16 points. All his shots coming in within 3 feet of the basket. Meanwhile, Khan can't finish through contact. Wyatt comes away with the rebound. They find Wyatt. Calvin's chasing him, the 3. Clutch shot. Khalif Wyatt yet again. No hesitation whatsoever. And he's now at his average 21 points on just 10 shots, including 5 of 7 from 3. And the ball is deflected out of bounds, but will stay here with Nanterre. See once again, Khalif Wyatt steps into the three. Pansa needs to step up. 4.6 seconds left on the shot clock for Nanterre to get a good shot here. They find Paulson. Takes a long three, knocks it down. Back-to-back threes for Paulson. And he's now starting to really heat up here in the fourth quarter. He's got 9 points on the night. And it's back to a 9-point game. Here's Wyatt. Over to Klein. A lot of room. Can't hit it though. Pansa the rebound. Here comes Juskevicius. Oh, what a block by Atkins. And then the foul will go against Pansa. Great defensive rim protection here from Atkins. Able to chase down Juskevicius. And just slightly, it's just enough on the fingertips to deflect the shot off the backboard. Meanwhile, Klein gets fouled after collecting the rebound. So Konate comes back in. Nearing the halfway point of the fourth quarter. And was sure to be a thrilling finish here. They'll pass inside, Atkins again, but they're gonna call it goaltending. We'll take another look here on the replay, but Atkins again just finds himself wide open underneath the basket, and the ball seems to have touched the backboard first. Not even sure if Pansa touched the ball at all, actually, but he did rock the backboard. So 2 more points for Atkins, 18 for him. Still just 2 players in double figures for Holon. Meanwhile, Gamble, who just checked back in, skyhook no good, and the putback is good for Juskevicius. But Nanterre needs to continue to put stops together. They've limited Holon to just 7 points here in the fourth. But a lot of those points have come here in the last couple of minutes. And again, they go to Klein on the block, mismatch against Juskevicius. Drives baseline, tough finish, TJ Klein. And a lot of different players stepping up here down the stretch for Holon. They hit Gamble inside. It's poked away by Atkins. Shot clock under 5, and they're going to call a foul on Klein. 4th team foul. So from here on out, both teams will be in the bonus and shooting free throws. So the inbound at the Paulson. Finds Gamble inside. Draws the foul and can't quite get the and one. So 3rd foul on Atkins. Gamble so close to the and one, but he'll head to the free throw line. And knocks down the first. Again, these 2 teams currently both shooting over 50% from 3. Nanterre 13-25, Holon 11-21. As Gamble almost airballed that one. And these 2 teams came into the game as 2 of the 5 teams to have scored more than 40% of their three-pointers on the season. So that number stakes true tonight. Meanwhile, Walden wide open for three. Can't hit it. And they're going to call a loose ball foul against TJ Klein, pushing Paulson in the battle for the rebound. Over the back. 4 foul on Klein, and 2 free throws to come now for Paulson. So that's the last thing you wanted if you were Holon. No time wasted on the clock, although they have struggled mightily from the free throw line. Now just 8 of 19. And they go 0 for 2 again. So 40% from the free throw line, which is obviously not ideal when you're trying to climb back into the game. And Holon content to use up a little bit of clock as Atkins gets around, and he'll head to the foul line. Atkins nearly had the clear driving lane. And we have another timeout on the floor.
Okay. En attaque, on joue Tom-up. On joue Tom-up. D'accord. Hugo, tu joues 5. Okay, lui, il joue 4. En défense, on switch surtout.
Switch on
On
everything.
switch à chaque fois.
Switch everything. Everything.
Switch. Ouais. Ok. Hey, Tom up, two up. Ok. Two side. Ok. On joue vite maintenant. Ok. Hands. D'accord. Hein, hey, quand on fait hands, Hugo, si on fait hands avec toi.
So still a 10-point game. You heard the defensive adjustments that Nanterre will be making, switching all screens. So Atkins in the line now. Knocks down the first. These are just free throws, 9 and 10 for Holon. And a chance here for Darren Atkins to get his 20th point. And it rattles in for point number 20. So Atkins and Wyatt carrying much of the scoring load here tonight. 12-point advantage, 3 minutes to go. Here's Senglin looking to get around Walden. He's a good defender. The switch. Shot clock at 4. Klein can't stay with Paulson, and he gets the layup. And Paulson now with 11 points, showing you why he's the second leading scorer on this team. Meanwhile, Wyatt, you expect the ball to be in his hands down the stretch. He has Invernizzi on him. Pulls into a 3. Another one. Big buckets all night long from Khalif Wyatt. That is three-pointer number 6. He's been unconscious here in the fourth quarter. Gave him 24 on the night. Meanwhile, Yuskevich is able to weave his way all the way to the basket. But Nanterre cannot afford to trade baskets now. They need to get a stop. They go to Wyatt. They switch, they get the switch again. Invernizzi tries his best to stay in front. Wyatt, little hesitation dribble, and all the way to the layup. And Wyatt, once again, the BCL's leading scorer, showing you why. 26 points, 9 of 12 from the field. Efficient play. Meanwhile, Senglin can't hit the 3. And you can hear some of the air in the arena. A lot of dejection now, 13-point lead Nearing the 1 minute mark. Let's see if they go to Wyatt again. They decide not to switch, and Konate commits the foul to put Wyatt on the free throw line. Khalif Wyatt, that little hesitation dribble, and able to get all the way to the basket with the separation. And the former Temple Owl, who was a phenomenal player in college, has been a phenomenal player throughout his professional career as well. Putting Holon on his back. Calmly sinks the first free throw. And again, Holon doing all this with no Daquan Jones, their second leading scorer, probably their second best player coming to this one. And Khalif Wyatt picking up where he's left off before the injury. Remember, he had a quadricep injury forcing him to miss a couple of games. But now with 28 points. Meanwhile, Konate. And the big three by Paulson might be a case of a little too late. 14 points for him, though, to match his average. Meanwhile, Wyatt, merciless. Shot clock at 5. Klein spins around the runner, and Atkins gets the tip in the drop. Another rebound and another basket for him. And that's probably going to do it here in Paris suburbs. Senglin, though, able to draw a foul on Khalif Wyatt. And you can see how upset he is. They might have banged knees. So if you're experiencing a few technical difficulties, we do apologize. Although Senglin will head to the free throw line. He knocks down the first to make it 82-70. And he makes the second free throw as well. So Khalif Wyatt comes out of the game, replaced by Shlomo Harush. And Holon will just dribble out the clock. And at the end of this one, it's Hapoel Holon 82, Nanterre 92, 70. Another big win on the road for UNET Holon as they move now to 5-2 here in Group B. Another big game from Khalif Wyatt as he puts up 28 points on the board on 9 of 12 shooting, including 6 of 8 from 3. Also had 7 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 steals to go with that, but you can't forget about that man right there, Darian Atkins, 22 points on 9 of 15 from the field, 9 rebounds. And it's another win for the purple and gold. Meanwhile, for the host, Nanterre, they'll be back in game day 8. They were led in scoring by Jeremy Senglin with 14 points, just 4-11 shooting, and Halker Paulson, 14 points on 5 of 8. And then Yuskevicius with 11 points, but none of those seem to be in the key moments. When you take a look at the stats, 9 of 26 from 2 is a very telling stat. Nanterre unable to finish around the basket. They did knock down 14 threes. They were out-rebounded by just 1. Holon also with 20 assists. And again, you see there 8 turnovers for Holon, doing a great job of taking care of the ball. And Watkins Atkins with 9 rebounds, Wyatt 28 and 7. Meanwhile, Senglin with 7 assists for Nanterre. Meanwhile, these two teams will get a 3-week break in their BCL competition. Holon will be back again on the road in Switzerland against Fribourg Olympique on the 12th of December for game day 8. And again, that's 3 weeks from now. Meanwhile, Nanterre will be back in action again at home against Opava, a team that they lost to on game day 1, and which was one of the more surprising results of the competition. Opava yet to win since then. And again, also Opava losing by nearly 40 points last night over in Bonn. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at the highlights of this game, especially the second half, where Nanterre had a chance to kind of cut into the deficit. They had a strong fourth quarter, but it wasn't enough at the end, as Holon able to get a 12-point victory. Meanwhile, in the other Group B game, if you have a chance to tune into that, at the moment, PAOK with just a 1-point lead over Tenerife in Tenerife. 23 seconds to go in that game. And of course, that is potentially Tenerife's first loss if they don't come out with the last-second victory. Meanwhile, we had a number of good plays here tonight. A couple of other performances that stood out. We talked about, obviously, Lil Wyatt and Darian Atkins. Sorry, Khalif Wyatt, my bad. But TJ Klein, one of those unsung heroes, played 32 minutes, which were the second most minutes after Wyatt. Had 8 points, 5 rebounds, and made a lot of great plays. Guy Panini, 5 assists, great distributor. Sean Jones, 6 rebounds off the bench. Corey Walden, one of his more quiet games, but played some great defense on Jeremy Senglin, kind of neutralizing Nanterre's biggest threat. Meanwhile, Nanterre did win the rebounding battle 33-27, but the biggest stat, 24 points off turnovers to just 5 in favor of Holon. So again, thank you so much for tuning in to today's action. We'll catch you on game day 8. Have a great night and keep enjoying that basketball. And before then, we'll leave you with the updated standings of Group B as they currently stand, though those were sure to change once we get the result from PAOK and Tenerife. Thank you once again for tuning in. Good night.